know what you were doing right now. You were trying to figure out if any of this landed, if the silence, the distance, the version of you that stopped being available, if any of it reached them. Because from where you were standing, they look fine. They look like someone who made a clean decision and walked away without looking back. And that image, that unbothered exterior, is doing something quiet and corrosive to your sense of reality. So let me tell you what is actually happening behind it. Avoidants do not grieve the way you do. That is the first thing to understand, and it matters enormously. You grieve outwardly. You feel it in waves. You reach for people. You process out loud. You let the loss move through you, even when it is excruciating. Your grief is visible, which makes it feel more real, which makes it feel more legitimate. The avoidance grief is interior. It is compressed. It lives in a place they have spent years learning not to access, which means when something genuinely painful reaches that place, they have almost no language for it and almost no outlet for it. It does not look like grief from the outside. It looks like distance. It looks like function. It looks, from where you are standing, like someone who is completely fine. They are not completely fine. Here is what the pain actually feels like from inside an avoidant psychology. It does not arrive as sadness in any clean, recognizable form. It arrives as irritability with things that have nothing to do with you. It arrives as a flatness in experiences that used to feel satisfying. Food tastes the same. Conversations function. Life continues at its normal pace. But something is missing from the texture of it, and the avoidant cannot name what it is without naming you. And naming you means acknowledging the loss. And acknowledging the loss means acknowledging that losing you was something that happened to them rather than something they chose. That distinction is everything to an avoidant. Chosen distance feels like control. Actual loss feels like devastation. And the line between the two, which they were so certain they were standing on the right side of, keeps moving. The pain compounds in a specific way that is unique to this attachment style, because the avoidant cannot talk about it. Not really. They cannot call a friend and say that they ended something real, because they were afraid of how real it was getting. And now the absence of it is sitting in them like something they cannot dissolve. They cannot admit, even to themselves in clear language, that the defense system they trusted completely just cost them something irreplaceable. So the pain has nowhere to go. It does not get processed. It does not move through them the way your pain moves through you. It accumulates. In the quiet moments, in the spaces between distraction, in the specific, uninvited memories that surface when the avoidant is not defended enough to stop them. The grief of an avoidant is not a wave. It is a slow flood that they keep trying to redirect and cannot. What they are feeling right now, specifically, is the particular pain of someone who understands on some level that they are the author of their own loss. That is a different kind of pain from simply being left. Being left by someone else carries its own grief, but it also carries a certain permission to feel it openly. The avoidant does not have that permission with themselves, because they left. They created the distance. They made the decision. And now the consequence of that decision is sitting inside them, asking questions that do not have comfortable answers, and they cannot grieve it fully without indicting themselves in the process. You are not imagining the connection. You are not inflating what was there. The fact that they are carrying this right now is the clearest evidence of what was real between you. Because people do not quietly fall apart over things that did not matter. The defense system that avoidants spend years constructing is not triggered by things that are easy to replace. It is triggered by things that are genuinely threatening. And the only things genuinely threatening to that system are the things that are real. You are real. The pain they are sitting in right now is the most honest thing they have felt in a long time. It is just happening in a place they have never learned to let anyone see. And that, more than anything they ever said or did not say, is the truest thing about how much you mattered